Let's go. New year, new me, turn it up a new degree. I'm gonna make it to the top if it's the last thing I see. Work hard every day, work hard, then we play. I'll be doing everything in my own damn way. Ain't nobody tell me shit, I'm on top of it. Writing hits that make other people feel like writing hits. We gon' get every little goal that we wanna get. Never quit, we don't even know what it means to quit. Write it down, what you want, what you need, what you see. Everything that you wanna be. Put it out in the world, that's your destiny. In your mind, what you need is to have believe. I'm gon' make it to the top, cause I never stop. My own switch doesn't have enough. I think it's broken, I think it's lost. I guess that's why I never take a loss. New year, new me, no fear, just be everything you wanna be. Write it down, what you see, don't give up, just believe and you will succeed. Put the hours in, and you're bound to win. New year, new me, no fear, just be everything you wanna be. Write it down, what you see, don't give up, just believe and you will succeed. Put the hours in, and you're bound to win. Make a deal with yourself that you'll get after it. Find something that you love, call it passionate. Or find some passion and leave it behind, gotta quit. Your journey starts now, time to make it happen then. You could be great, have it your way. Served up like some room service on a nice plate. The high life is only hours a day away from making a change to the life that you chase on. New year, new you, new day. Go prove to yourself you could do anything you wanna do. When you set your mind to something big that you choose, break it down to the root, chip away, gotta move. Push past all your limitations. Right now consider this an invitation. Make your worth go up like inflation, and start chasing your dreams, stop waiting. New year, new me, no fear, just be everything you wanna be. Write it down, what you see, don't give up, just believe and you will succeed. Put the hours in, and you're bound to win. New year, new me, no fear, just be everything you wanna be. Write it down, what you see, don't give up, just believe and you will succeed. Put the hours in, and you're bound to win.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to episode number 8 of the Gridiron Gazzette. I'm joined by my two co-hosts, Philly Halftime, and yours truly, Eagles Uncensored. How you two fellas doing tonight?
Doing good. How you doing?
What's going on, man? How you doing? I appreciate you for having me on again tonight. It's fun. I love doing this with y'all. It's something that I've wanted to do for a while. It, helps free the mind and talk about other teams rather than our own. And we all share some really good knowledge about other teams, so it's a good way to spread it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this one's a good one. I'm glad you all came up with this one because, it shows that we're not just Eagle fans, that we know a little bit about football all over.
Absolutely, Halftime. Let's jump right into the chat real quick, see who's here. So we got Kylie saying, can't wait. Absolutely love it. Thank you so much, Kylie. Then we also have Big D popping in saying, yo, brother. Going down, Big D. Thanks for popping in, brother. And then we got Daniel Barry Sports Highlight. What's good? What's up, D? What's going on? And Mrs. Halftime, like always, making sure you're showing up. Thank you. So, fellas, tonight we are going to start with the first topic on board, and that is make sure you like and subscribe each one of the channels on our YouTube and on the Hardcore Sports Network. So make sure you just head on into the description and you'll find the names and hit on and liking all of it. I'm joking. Thank you very much.
So how do we answer that topic right there?
Just enter the names that I said. Eagles Uncensored, Philly Halftime into the search bar. It'll address you as you please. The names will be there. You'll recognize based off like the two gentlemen had their screens with your images. Click that sun gun. Make sure you like it. Hit thrust that freaking subscribe button and make sure you enjoy the ride.
Wow, bro. I did put G on the beginning of this stream. You know that, right?
That stands for gangster, and that's what we bring in tonight. All right, but the first topic on hand, we got two running backs came off the market this week. Dalvin Cook and Ezekiel Elliott found new homes. Who do you guys think have the bigger impact on their team? Halftime.
It's going to be Cooks, but Elliott going to the Patriots, it intrigues me. And I like to see what's going to happen there. Can him and Belichick get on the same page link, because you know how Elliott is. He got a big head, like he's the great one. So can those two guys work together?
Absolutely.
But Dalvin Cook's just going to be. I think he's going to be really good with the Jets. They got that. They got an offensive line. They got They do have a great. They got a Hall of Famer quarterback, and can Dalvin Cook? Didn't he have a slump year last year with the Vikings?
Well, he was injured too.
Yeah. So can he? I know he was injured, and right now he's still getting over it. And so, can he? Is he going to be able to go full speed? But I think he will.
Well, I obviously am going to agree with the Cook thing. Now, here's the thing, though, and I am intrigued how these guys are going to come into play as well, because even though I am not as highly on Mac Jones as some people in New England, they do have two pretty decent young running backs. Stevenson and the other guy's name slipping my mind, but I know he's there and he's pretty decent. So I'm
He's coming off an injury too, though, right?
Huh?
And the other guy's coming off an injury too. I think he had a shoulder injury. The guy from New England.
When was
You guys
this?
talking about Damian Harris?
No.
He's in Buffalo now.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about there's Stevenson and they shared carries last year.
That was Damian Harris and Ramondre Stevenson.
Well, who was the guy the year before that then? Maybe he's not there anymore either. So
Now you're putting me in the spot. Shit.
yeah, no, they had two young halfbacks, just like I guess it was 2 years ago then. I thought it was last year, but my whole point is I think Ezekiel Elliott will be used more in the red zone for New England. He is still a good threat, from the 20-yard line inward. He still has some power behind him. His speed has decreased a little bit, but inside the 20, you can just be a powerhouse and get through. And I think Cook's going to be a bigger impact, but they also have
They have Kevin Harris. They have C.J. Marble, and I'm looking up really quick here, and obviously Ezekiel Elliott and Ramondre Stevenson and Pierre Strong. Is that who you're trying to talk about? Pierre Strong?
No, the guy I'm thinking of isn't even there anymore, so it doesn't even matter.
Okay.
But still, like I said, Elliott's still a nice second to Stevenson. If Stevenson stays healthy, they can definitely use Zeke in the red zone. And like I said, Cook, he's a very good option for Rodgers. But, they really have a really good halfback room there with the Jets. They have the rookie from last year. That guy's coming off of an injury, but, he's going to be very, very good.
Brees Hall.
Yeah, Brees Hall. So they're going to use Cook, but they're going to have to use Hall as well. So it's going to be interesting to see how they put that together.
Yeah, absolutely. And for me, I wanted to say the winner is probably Dalvin Cook going to the Jets, just because he's in the last 4 years he's averaged 1,000 yards. So and take that for what it's worth, with the team that he had in front of him, with the offensive line that he had in front of him, with quarterback play that he had in front of him, and so on and so forth. So if he can, Dalvin Cook and Brees Hall could be a two-headed monster for Aaron Rodgers, like Aaron Jones and Quadzilla were for him in Packerland. I mean, it's just going to be great. So for me, I think the Cooks one is obviously the obvious winner, but I'm like halftime. Ezekiel Elliott will bring something to the team. It will be something that, like you said, AK, though, they will probably utilize him more as like the scat back from the 20-yard line in, as somebody that they could use as the bell cow in between the tackles kind of thing. Let him eat and get rack up points like that way. But either way, it's interesting because we always thought what was going to happen with one of them. Are they one's going to go or is the other one going to go? But they ended up both going one after the other. So.
Yeah, no, I mean, dude, you got to look at Ezekiel Elliott last year, man. He only had 850 yards rushing. I get it, but the dude still had 12 touchdowns. So he was very effective. I mean, 12 touchdowns is still good. So, I mean, Bill saw that 12 touchdowns, and Bill's like, I can utilize 12 touchdowns in the red zone. So I know where he's coming from on that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but didn't New England weren't they weak at the red zone last year? If I remember correctly.
Yeah, no, they were, and that's why he did what he did.
So this is if Zeke can get his head with Belichick, then that red zone spot will I think Zeke will fix that, having trouble getting to the end zone with the red zones.
Listen, I know Bill went to Zeke in that meeting, and Bill, I guarantee you said that I don't need you to be the Zeke of your first 3 years. I need you to be the Zeke you were last year.
Yeah.
I'm not expecting you to be the 1,000-yard bell cow. I'm expecting you to be the 500-600-yard guy with 10 touchdowns. Just get me in the end zone when it matters the most. And I'm pretty sure Zeke was like, okay, that's fine. I can handle that. I mean, it's a solid deal for him, man. It is.
It is.
And they're both getting paid pretty, not handsomely, but they're getting paid pretty decently for where they are in their career right now. So,
well, Cook's getting $8 million,
yeah,
and Zeke's getting $6 million. So that's not bad. That's not bad for people that are doing better than them both and only getting $1 million.
Yeah, because Cooks is 28.
Yep.
And what is Elliott? Elliott is the same, 28. So, that's not bad, but that kind of hurts the running back market a little bit, I think. But that could be a different topic for a different day. So we'll go to our second topic on the block right now is the Washington Commanders have announced that the quarterback Sam Howell will be their starter for the season. So, guys, what do you guys have thoughts on this? AK.
I have said it from the get, man. Washington does not have a bad team. They really don't. This year literally comes down to Sam Howell for them. Is Sam Howell going to be the Sam Howell from college, the very successful one? Now, granted, his last year he was asked to run a little bit more than pass, but the kid has a good arm. He can escape pressure. I need to see if it translates now. He only got one game last year, and I believe it was the very last game. So he just kind of got his feet wet. Now the kid's got all year. So, yeah, they got a good team, man. We'll just see. I don't know.
Yeah. Halftime. I was looking at the top there, and I looked at his logo, and then I was like, I was looking at Philly halftime, not further. Go halftime.
Yeah, Sam Howell, like AK said, it's all going to be on him. I mean, can Ron Rivera put his team in the right position? And, is he going to give Sam Howell? Can he get Sam Howell this where he needs him to be? And that's what it all ends up. But yeah, like AK said, it's on Sam Howell. They got wide receivers. They got a good running game. They got a good defense, but I think they're one defensive player. He wants to be traded. And Young, right? So, but can Rivera actually put Sam Howell in the right position? Is me. Yes, he has an arm, but if you don't train him right, if you don't put him in the right category, and tell him, hey, I want you to run more than throw, then he might not be that good of a quarterback. He might need to throw more than run, or you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So I
Now,
agree.
now,
With you, okay.
now, let me clarify something real fast when I say this. Don't misinterpret my words when I say it's all down to Sam Howell. I'm not saying Washington's a Super Bowl team if Sam Howell comes out here and completely,
No.
like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm saying they have a chance to take third place. They have a chance to at least knock on Dallas's door for second if Sam Howell is anything but spectacular. You know what I mean? But their team is nowhere near built for like Super Bowl competition. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. They're not a playoff team. They're not a Super Bowl team, but yeah.
They're a
But
good team.
They're an okay team. Can they be 500? I think they could be a 500 team.
Fair enough. You know, they went out and they got one of the biggest fish in the market when it came to coaches, assistant coaches, and they got Eric Bieniemy. So he look what he was able to do with obviously Patrick Mahomes. And I'm not comparing, like AK said, I'm not saying they're going to the Super Bowl, but I'm not comparing Sam Howell to Patrick Mahomes. I'm just saying if he's able to tap into Sam Howell somehow and be a mastermind like that, then it just goes to show that, you know, he's definitely a guru in a sense. But we reported on this last week. There was reports coming out of players saying that he was being hard on him, and that, you know, like, it's like, well, he's a winning coach. You know, he's got rings to prove that, you know, he knows what it takes to get to the promised land and to win. So it's like, you know, like at some point you need to shut your mouth and just learn from probably one of the best and go from there. But like you guys say, they're going to be competitive. Let's put it that word. They'll be competitive, but it doesn't live and die by Sam Howell. This is just going to be the start of maybe what they want to call the process. So
Yeah. I mean, dude, they look at their halfback room. Gibson and Robinson. Two really good young halfbacks, bro. I really think them both have a lot of potential. They really do. I mean, Gibson's amazing, and Robinson, he's just getting started. You know, he did really good last year for what little bit of work he did. You
and
know,
from what he conquered, being shot.
yeah, and especially getting shot in the leg at the beginning of the year, doing what he did, it's phenomenal. You know, and then you look at their wide receiver room. Yes, you have McLaurin, but I'm not sure exactly what Dotson's going to be yet. But Dotson, listen, he came from Penn State. I'm a Penn State fan. The kid has talent. Now, can he tap into it in the NFL verse? We'll see, but he can be a threat if he does. And then their third one is Samuel. Thank you. Samuel, listen, man, I don't know about you, but he saved my ass in fantasy a lot last year. I'm not going to play. Like, Curtis Samuel balled last year, bro. So they got a nice, pretty decent wide receiving core. Their offensive line isn't bad. Tight end, they're a little old there. Thomas, you know, he's 32. He's had some injuries over the years here, and he's just knocking on heaven's door. He's getting ready to retire. You know what I mean? Like, he's right there at the end of the football life. And so I'm, you know, defensively, they got a good defensive line. You know, Allen's in the middle. Leonidas is still there, right?
Yep.
And listen, Sweat, I'm saying it right now, Sweat is way better than Young at this point. Okay, I think we can all agree. Young has not been able to stay healthy. I think Young's a phenomenal talent, but goddamn, dude, stay on the fucking field. Show me something. Like,
I mean, they talked more about him when he was hurt than Sweat when he was good. So you're right. Very
right?
Shit, man.
Their corners are young, but they have potential. They have some very good potential.
That really long corner. So
yeah, and their linebackers. Washington's always had linebackers, man. That's something I actually am jealous about. Like, they've always had good linebackers. And safeties, I'm not exactly sure who they got. I forget, but I know they're okay. You know, so it's a good team all around, dude. It's just, it really does depend on him. It really does.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to go, any question marks is Eric Bieniemy going to have clash with Ron Rivera, because Ron Rivera is already letting stuff leak out, and he's the head coach. You're the head coach, and you're letting that kind of shit leak out. That, your offensive coordinator is hurting people's feelings. But I just think Ron Rivera is worried about losing his job. But we'll see. Washington's in there, but Washington's in there. Washington got a good team. I like Washington's team.
I will say, and I'm not saying that the Commanders are going to the Super Bowl or anything, but the last time his ass was on the line, Cam Newton saved it, and they went on that Super Bowl run, and they ended up getting there. They just never ended up winning it. But Jesus, but yeah, so it'll be interesting to see. Sam Howell, but like I wanted to touch on what AK said. Curtis Samuel, they got Jahan Dotson. He did decent last year. Let's see if he's gonna have the sophomore jinx or the sophomore slump, as they want to call it. Terry McLaurin, we all know what that motherfucker's all about. It just seems like he just always finds some way to get open or somehow. So it's like
fucking Grease Lightning, man. That's his nickname
on the defense too. And they got some dudes. It's like they just never ever seem to put it together or always missing that piece. And right now, that piece is this question: Sam Howell, and whether or not he can do it. And again, the question mark is up there. But like AK said, he got one game last year, threw 169 yards, I believe, and had a touchdown, but small sample size. So we will see, I guess.
Hey, let me give you a stat real fast, Randy. You ready for this? 10 quarterbacks in the last 20 years. That is what Washington's dealt with. That's not a winning organization, dude. You can't win with that.
No.
Yeah, but it was mostly the owner.
It doesn't matter, bro. It doesn't matter. That's just not winning. You can't do that.
Exactly. No, he's right. You're right. You're both right. That's not winning, and the owner had a lot to do with it as well. So it's like when you allow an owner to dictate what's going down on the field, when you're not listening to pro scouts, when you're not listening to what people are seeing, and he's just picking that's a cool name, or that's the guy right there. And of course, that we all wish the best for RG3, but when his demise came, man, and that field ate his knees up. So yeah,
bro, that's when the curse of Washington started, right there. When RG3 fell, bro. And now that I heard his story and shit and what he went through in Washington, bro, I pray to God he put some voodoo shit on them before he left. Like,
dude, Sean Taylor's flying around there, AK. Sean Taylor's flying around there.
Bro,
you did me wrong too, you dirty bitches.
Dude, I talked to Adam about this the other night. I said, man, other than Washington, it seems like the Browns have been cursed. And I'm telling you right now, dude, I don't think Watson's going to be their saving grace either. I think the Browns are truly cursed, and I think Washington is cursed when it comes to quarterbacks. I have never seen two dysfunctional franchises, bro, when it comes to that shit.
Yeah, you ain't lying there.
I will say, though, I do like that kid they drafted and we played against last night, Dorian Thompson.
Yeah, he beat the shit out of us.
Yo, Deshaun Watson better watch out or he's going to lose his fucking job.
Right? Well, here we go. Topic number 3. Lots was reported about fights this week. Multiple teams getting into it, and apparently a really bad fight on Wednesday involving a coach and a coach getting kind of involved. So, is this good team building, or do you guys just think this is a distraction moving forward?
Oh, you're talking about the Rams running back fighting with the head coach.
Yeah.
That guy might be that guy going. They're going to trade him.
Yeah,
they're going to try to trade him, or they're going to release him because you can't fight the coach.
No.
Apparently, he got into his face and he was pushing him.
Yep.
So he was getting like physically violence with him. So, and he's the coach. You ain't going to do that.
No, man.
So I forget what the running back's name was now.
Cam Akers.
Yeah, and because he went from first string to third string running back.
Mm-hmm.
And he don't like it, so he got into the face.
He can't hold on to the ball. He's a fumble machine.
But that's what the coach said. You fumble the ball too much. I need you to hold on to it high and tight. It ain't that hard. But since he went in
tight up, one hand over, go. Keep it tight.
But he freaked out, got into his face. They said grabbed him and was like pushing on him, and almost threw him to the ground.
Yeah.
I didn't get to see it, but that's what it was being reported. I'm like, holy shit, dude! I don't think I ever heard of a coach, getting physical violence from a player.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's. And then you had Dallas is fighting with each other.
That was wild. I watched that. I
watched that one.
Offensive line going against the defensive line, and the offensive line standing up for their boy, and like it got wild.
It was Michael Parsons, right?
Yeah, Michael Parsons and somebody else, and he pushed the offensive lineman down, and another offensive lineman was like, "You're not doing that." And then 2 or 3 of them went on him and knocked him down, and then the D line came in with like the corners and the safeties, and then it was just more offensive line. And I was like, "Holy shit, here we go, boys!"
Well, he'll be in Philly next year.
Yeah, I think he wants out of Dallas. Michael Parsons does, but like, it's really weird how. Why is Dallas fighting with Dallas players the way they are? Yes, every team fights with like on a play. Like there's some you might fight with your own team. They're like really getting physical. The one guy, the corner, is yelling at the quarterback, "You suck," and you're telling your own quarterback he sucks, and then you gotta go tell the media how good he is, and but you just said he stuck to his face.
This is what
banner. It's a good banner. No, you really mean it. Dallas is crumbling apart.
This is what happens when you let Mike McCarthy run your franchise, bro.
That's right. And I think that's why the Dallas Cowboys are going to be in third in our division. I think Mike McCarthy is going to make the Dallas Cowboys just crumble. And you see it right now. I see it happening. Slowly but surely, it's going down.
Yeah, well, their top corner, the Cowboys, Diggs, he when he intercepted Dak, he called him the little B word, and he, and then a bunch of Eagle fans came out and made a video saying that no corner would ever disrespect Jalen Hurts like that if they picked him off, because we respect our quarterback and we know that what we're doing is just making him sharper and making him better. Blah, blah, blah kind of thing. So it was kind of a nice little dig. But go ahead, AK. What do you think about all this happening? Is this a good team building or is this a distraction?
Oh, it's definitely not good. Listen, man. Okay, first off, we saw what happened with, I think it was Ben McAdoo, his last season in the Giants whenever they were fighting. Remember how that imploded very quickly? Here's the thing, man. Whenever you pick off your quarterback, instead of calling him a little bitch, why don't you try to explain to him what you did so it don't happen again? That's what our team does. That's what our corners do. That's what our ends do with our offensive tackles. That's what our offensive tackles do with our ends. They bounce shit off one another to make one another better. When you're just sitting there calling your quarterback a little bitch, how's that making him better? It's not really doing anything. I mean, you're right. It wouldn't happen because we have way more respect on our team for one another. We're not going to sit there and call one another names because we're a family.
Yeah.
They prove that day in and day out. What Dallas has, bro, that ain't no fucking family, man. That's just a bunch of egos in a swimming pool and someone's trying to show who's got the bigger dick. That's what that is.
What do you think about the running back for the Rams coach going at it?
Yeah.
I get your guys' side. I understand it completely. It's not cool, but listen, man, tempers are going to fly in LA right now, okay? These motherfuckers just gave their entire franchise away for the next 2 years, they literally are having a rough time right now over there. So people are going to be pissed. You know what I mean? Like, they had to get rid of Ramsey. Yeah, they still have Stafford. They still have Kupp. But Robinson isn't there anymore. They got people, but they were trying to get, 2 Super Bowls, and they ended up only, getting 1. So,
yeah.
And they don't have any time to rebuild this team. They don't have any cap. They don't have any draft capital. So they're just really frustrated right now. I feel bad for them, honestly, but I expect it. because they're going through a rough patch.
I think I read something where it said they didn't have a first round pick or something for like the last, like their first one will be next year, but that's their first one that they've made since shoot, I can't remember who it was when they drafted or something. And
Well, no, didn't they trade for that one? Didn't they get that one for Ramsey?
yeah, no, Ramsey was a 4th and a 5th or something like
Yeah,
that.
he was a 4th and a 5th.
Yeah,
But
I don't
didn't
think they have a first round pick in 2025.
Oh, is it
No,
2025?
but
That's right, 25.
yeah,
That's right.
but I know this year in this year's draft, their first pick in the entire draft was in the 3rd round. Like that's
Yes.
gotta be tough, dude. That has gotta
That's
be.
going to happen next year too for them.
Yeah.
They don't have
Well,
a
that's-
first round pick next year.
That's where I think a lot of the rumors are starting to circulate and spur a little bit of fire. Is that if they're not doing too well, maybe they move Aaron Donald to a contender and try to maximize as much as they can get for him.
Yeah,
Bro,
but
that's
they-
the only person.
because you got to move them now. Then
Yeah,
That's-
if I'm them, I'm doing Cup too. Then you got to get rid of Cup. He's aging too. He's almost going to be 30. So,
yeah, but he's hurt again.
No, but I'm saying if he comes back and he's okay and he plays a decent amount, and maybe try to maximize the what he brings when he gets back, because we know when he gets back he's gonna catch balls and he's gonna get yards because that's just what he does. So
So wouldn't you be on the phone and you go, "Hey, I want this for Cup"? You're looking at.
They
the
got to
phone
be
and saying,
respectful. They got to
Say,
understand.
listen, this
too,
dude's
though.
always hurt. How do you want that much for him when he's always hurt? You don't know. You don't know when he's going to play.
It does not matter about when he's hurt, bro. It's about what he does when he's not.
They can maximize and say, look what he brought to you. Look what happens if you just bring him in and like ease him into your offense. Don't just get him out there right away. And you get on a long playoff run. Look what happened when he played and won us a Super Bowl when we lost OBJ.
No lie, Randy. If you can, real quick, look it up for me. But I don't know if I'm mistaken or not. But last year, even though he was injured, he almost eclipsed 1,000, or he did eclipse 1,000.
No, he got 1,000.
No,
Yeah,
he got 812.
Yeah, so he
Oh, yeah.
almost did,
I
but
thought
he's
he had
still
1,000.
fucking injured, bro.
But
I
the
thought
year
he
before,
had 1,000
the year before, he had 1,947 yards and 145 receptions. That's what he brings to your team.
Yeah,
but
trust me.
he's-
Cooper is not going anywhere, dude. He will be just fine. But you're right. To get the dude,
16
you want
touchdowns, by the way.
you want 3 first-round picks, bro. Your only weapon of choice is Darnold at that point. Like you have to for the sake of your franchise. I get it. He's a huge weapon, but guess what? You can get 2 people to do what Darnold does. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah.
It's just you got to do something, and you've already gotten rid of Ramsey. You could get rid of Stafford, but Stafford's going to bring you just a little bit. You could get rid of Cup. Cup might bring you a first, but it's going to be one. They're your 3 options, and in fact, they're probably the 3 you're going to have to get rid of for you to even have any chance moving forward.
So let me ask a question.
Let Bobby White go.
What if a team went to go trade for Aaron Donald? What team would you say in your head would be the scariest team if they had Aaron Donald on their
That
team?
would obviously be us. I mean, that's not even a question. But here's the thing, and this is what makes it scary. Aaron Donald can go anywhere on 32 teams because if I'm not mistaken, bro, his cap hit is actually very disrespectful. The dude is only earning $15 million this year, if I'm not mistaken, Randy. So like 15 or 18, something like that.
18.
Aaron Donald does not get paid that much money for how much destruction that man does. He should be $100 million easy, but he's not. So because how much his cap is, because how low it is, dude, anyone will take him. Like literally
would he be
anyone.
scarier in Buffalo?
He'd be scary anywhere he goes, but the point is, I don't know if
they're guy that's in there in Buffalo that just he played for the Rams too, didn't he? What's that guy's name?
Yeah, you're talking about Von Miller.
Von Miller.
I would think. Imagine him on the fucking Bengals next to having Sam Hubbard and Miles Murphy on the outside, so 2 defensive ends. Then you have him and Josiah Osai in the middle. Holy shit! I know they lost Jesse Bates, so that's going to be the question when it comes to the free safety spot. But man, if they found something in the draft when they drafted when they got Nick Scott and Michael Thomas, who knows? But that would be an interesting one. Definitely see where Aaron Donald would end up, because I like AK think that's the guy that reaps you the biggest reward. So
Well, and obviously he would not stay in the NFC. I mean that's a given. They would not keep him here. They would send him over, and that's what's scary, man. Obviously, Kansas City would probably be my first option because Andy Reid is just like that. He will do that, and matching him up. And wait, Chris Jones is not playing right now, correct?
he hasn't got his new contract. He's waiting for his new
No,
contract.
he don't have a contract yet.
But even if he gets his contract, if you would put Chris Jones and Darnold next to one another, oh my god!
And I'm
Yeah.
sorry, you can only double team
Kansas
one.
City said they're not going to give him a contract. They told him he's going to play the contract or sit the hell out. We're not giving you any more money.
But I'll tell you what, I'll give you a sneaky one, man. And you're right. The only way Donald gets moved is if it's around week 5, 6, and 7.
Yes.
He does not get moved before then. Okay.
Yeah. And that's when the team looks like they're 0-5 or 0-4
Yeah.
or something like that. And you're like, oh, their schedule doesn't get any better. Like, we don't see them winning this and that. So yeah.
I want to suggest Jacksonville.
I was thinking that.
Just saying, you put him next to isn't it Walker, right?
Yeah.
Last year.
Last year, Walker.
Those two together would be.
You imagine
And because Jacksonville has a cupcake schedule this year, dude, I expect Jacksonville to be like 13-4 this year.
They got Calvin Ridley for a full year.
Yeah, so Jacksonville is going to be disgusting, bro. They should be able to run through their schedule very easily. It should be like 13-4, and if you add Aaron Donald before week 8, that defense automatically becomes killer. Oh,
that would be a good one.
it would be.
Yeah, I'm looking at their they got a good solid squad there. Wow.
This is why I can't do DraftKings, bro. I'd be broke.
Yes. Yes.
All right. Next question says, former NFL Michael Orr is suing his adopted family for lying and taking money. How's this situation going to play out? AK.
Shit. Sorry, caught me in mid puff.
I should have said it slower.
Yeah. No, in all honesty, man, I read about this today a little bit because I was just kind of bored sitting at the doctor's office, and supposedly the guy who made the movie offered him royalty checks back in the day, and he denied them. So, I mean, the fact that the dude tried to give him royalty checks for the movie, and he denied them, and now you want to sue? I'm not it's like, you had your chance, bro. I'm one of those guys. So I understand they might not have adopted him. The movie portrayed that they did, and this and that. But you know what, man? It did have an impact in your life. So what if they made a little bit off of it? You were an NFL offensive tackle. Shut the fuck up, bro. You made your money too. Like, come on, man. Like, really? Seriously?
Yeah, it's a weird thing that you're now coming at. You didn't say it when you were in the NFL.
Right.
You didn't say, hey, they're not really my parents. They didn't really adopt me, and I didn't really sign the adoption papers. I signed all my rights over to them. Well, they paid your college. You didn't get a free college. They paid for your college. What's good, Ryan? But, they paid for all your shit. So, yeah, they made a little bit of money off of you. But then again, I'd be mad, too, if I was supposed to get some money and y'all didn't feed me.
Mrs. Halftime says they took advantage of him.
But they didn't, though, because they offered him royalty checks for the movie.
No, I think she's talking about the family.
No, she's talking about the family.
talking about the family.
So it took advantage of him. No, but they really didn't take advantage of him because they brought him in their home. They paid for his. They let him go through high school. They paid for him to live when he was in high school. They paid for his college because he didn't get a scholarship where it wasn't paying nothing. But
okay, listen, I understand. Okay, fine. They told him that they couldn't adopt him, but that's here nor there. The thing I look at is you take them out of the equation. Is he what he is now? No, probably not.
He's still in the NFL now.
No, he's not.
You don't think so?
No, he's not, because unless the movie was wrong in that aspect to where he was sleeping on that dude's couch and they just took him over, his son over there to get him in the school, and the dude just seen him and was like, wow, I want that guy to play football. You know, at the beginning of the movie, like
Yeah.
he wasn't even supposed to go there. He wasn't even supposed to be there. That was just coincidental because Coach has seen sports and because he was a huge human being at 12 years old. Okay, and then the kid was homeless at the time, and then they seen him walking one night and picked him up, and the rest is history. Now, the whole thing is that they didn't adopt him. That's his thing.
Right. They didn't adopt
So if the rest of the story is true, would you be anywhere without them? Probably not. So, okay, dude, whatever. You made millions and millions of dollars in the NFL. So what?
Yeah,
They didn't take advantage of him. They helped him. It is what it is.
Yeah, he still made money.
He had no idea he was still in conservatorship until recently. He isn't suing them. He is trying to end their conservatorship.
Well, that's not what the articles are saying. They're saying he's suing them.
Oh, I thought he was suing them because that's what the reporters are. Reporters are reporting that he's suing the family and he's suing the movie people.
Yeah, he's saying they're suing them for falsely saying that they adopted them when he was never adopted. That is exactly what he's saying.
And also that the movie made $300 million and he didn't get a single dime from $300 million made off that movie is what he's also saying too.
Yeah.
So,
but that's the thing though. It doesn't even matter. Here's the only thing that matters to me is the fact that they came to him and they offered him money for it. Now, the fact that you turned that down, that's on you. You didn't have to. I mean, they could not have offered him anything at all. You know what I mean? But the fact that they did, that changes everything for me.
Right.
You know, you could have accepted it then and this conversation wouldn't even be happening right now. But the fact that you didn't accept it, it made millions and millions of dollars, and then you turn around and you leave the NFL because your career is over and now you need money and now you want to sue people for more money because you need it. That's a little crazy to me. You should have accepted it to begin with and you wouldn't be here right now.
Yeah, right now it seems like he's broke. And now you're broke. You spent all your money or something. And you don't have the money no more that you used to when you was playing football. Now you want more money because now you're getting money hungry and you're stingy.
Yeah, it's like you didn't care about the money before because you had money.
Right.
So you were like, no, I don't need money. I got it. But now that you don't got it, you want it.
Yeah.
Well, what's the only way to get it? Oh, here we go. They didn't adopt me. Now go get me money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just fucking weird.
No, you're right. Yeah, they offered him money for the movie because even though he had nothing to do with it, the movie was about him. Therefore, they made money off of his name. So therefore, he deserved royalty checks for that. But when they offered it to him, he said he didn't want it. Now, whether or not he had nothing to do with the movie was still based upon Michael Orr, who is the offensive tackle. So in a way, he was deserved money for that movie, whether or not he had anything to do with it at all.
Right. And just because he wasn't in the movie or whatever, it was all about him. So yes, he should have got money. And if he denied it, well, that's your stupidity for denying the money. You take all your money that they give you and call it a day.
Absolutely.
You don't deny Nike for giving you shoes, but you're going to deny friggin' somebody that's giving you made a movie about you. And you're like, oh, I'm not taking that. That don't
Like
make sense.
I'm sorry if I'm like a millionaire in 10 years from now, and somebody comes to me 15 years from now and says, "Hey man, I just made a movie on you. Here's $6 million profit, royalty checks from the movie." I'm not going to be stupid and turn that down. I don't care how nice I am. That's fucking money, and that's
Right.
6 million. I'm taking that shit. Like, I didn't even have to work for it. You're just giving it to me. I'm sorry. I'm not nice to turn that shit down. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's what she said. She said
I know I ain't turning it down. And if I wanted more, if you were doing it and I was still an NFL player, I would sue you then.
yeah,
Not
but
with
she's
10 years.
halftime. She's saying he didn't have a choice in getting anything because them having the conservator over him, meaning they can make decisions for him. With the conservatorship, that takes away people's rights and choices.
Yeah, but Randy, when he's in the NFL, he could have found a lawyer, right? At that time, before this movie ended, and got a lawyer and said, "Hey, how do I get around this?" Because I didn't know I signed papers that went.
okay, real quick. What was the conservatory for? That's what I want to know. Why did they put a conservatory on him?
The
What?
family told him to sign the papers so they could judge it. They can manage his money.
No.
No, that's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. What was it for?
But he was too young to sign the papers anyway, so it doesn't count. It still don't count.
That's why I said it's muddy. This is muddy.
Yeah, if he was under 18, it's null and void because he didn't have a legal guardian.
Exactly.
Right. And if you didn't say if they're not your adoption parents, then
Yeah.
it's over with. Like,
I just can't go and all right, if that's the case, I'm putting a conservatory on your husband. If you can just do it to anybody in the world, then I'm putting it on your husband. 'Cause that's pretty much what it's saying, that anybody can go out and put a conservatory on anyone, because if he's not their kid and they're not his legal guardian, then how the fuck can you put a conservatory on him?
They told him that it was the only way they could help him, and that they couldn't legally adopt.
okay, so he
Right.
lied
Yeah,
to him.
yeah, but still, that's the
It's
thing, though.
called lying.
You lied to him and he was underage, therefore it's null and void anyway. You're not a legal adult.
So get a lawyer, and the lawyer goes, "Hey, you owe Michael Orr all this money because, first of all, you're not his parents. Second of all, he signed papers and he was underage."
Yeah,
And there you
they
go.
lied. She said, "Yeah, they lied. He was 18, therefore legal."
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
but you know what, though? There's ways around it, man.
Yes.
It's not... To put a conservatory on someone, in my mind, you have to be a harmful threat to yourself. Because like you said, with the Britney thing, I know my wife followed that Britney thing very closely. That was complete bullshit to begin with. I mean, yes, she does do some crazy shit, but guess what? What people don't. I do crazy shit. You know, you guys just don't see it because I ain't blasting it all over fucking, the internet. But Randy does crazy shit. I'm just saying, though, obviously Britney's parents somehow convinced the judge that she was a harmful person to herself. So therefore, when has Michael Orr ever shown that he was at harm to himself?
Yeah. Never.
I mean, that's what I take a conservatory to
Maybe
be.
not too smart. Maybe not too smart to the point where he could be taken advantage. So they wanted to make sure they took care of that first. Maybe.
Yeah, but do you know how how tight that line is, though, bro?
I know. No,
Like,
I'm just throwing it out there. That's all I'm saying, bro.
My son has Down syndrome, right?
Right.
And because he has Down syndrome, there might be a point in his life where he might not be the best person with management and money, but I'm not going to slap a fucking conservatory on him because he can't do it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying, there's boundaries, bro. And if he was a little uneducated at the time that was done, you can use that against them to get him out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's loopholes, and people know that. And That's what I'm saying. That's why I don't like this one
They
because
claimed he had mental issues. Therefore, wasn't anything listed for him
He's
as.
talking about the girl that AK's talking about.
Mm.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
But
What the fuck's a mental issue though? Here we go down this fucking rabbit hole again. What's the mental issue? Every human has a fucking mental issue.
yep.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. I know what you mean, AK. When it comes to that, because my brother has lead poisoning, and my step parents got to take care of him, because he can't he burnt hot dogs dry and almost burnt the house down. So it's like you can't trust him with anything. I love the kid to death, but yeah, like he's like I would never do that either because I mean he's still a human being and like you should see some of the stuff that he does when he's able to like work with stuff. It's like his fucking mind lets him do stuff that I don't think I could ever even do. Or I'm like, how'd you even think of that? So
dude,
it's
I had ADHD and ADD as a kid. In a way, that's kind of a fucking mental issue. Because you
yeah,
can't control your fucking mind, dude. I was bouncing off the motherfucking walls right and left. People didn't know how to tie me to the fucking chair. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
they were trying everything to calm me down. In a way, that's a mental issue, right?
Yeah.
take some Ritalin.
And that's what they would say. But like, why does he have to wait 10 years after this movie was made?
That's what I said. It's so murky. Why
Like,
so long?
why are you waiting so long? Like, you could have been in the NFL and you could have said, "Oh, they screwed me, and this is this."
The only thing I could think of is maybe because now the conservatorship is run up. Like I think isn't there like a 10-year or 20-year or is it for life? Like I don't understand that part either. So, but she says the conservatorships are mainly for elderly and for people with dementia or those type of mental health issues.
Bro, in all honesty, fuck suing these people. Just get far away as you can, bro. That's all I gotta say. Fuck the money at this point, homie. Like, if they did you that wrong, like I said, only thing I have an issue with is you should have taken the money to begin with. Don't bitch about it now. That's my only thing I'm saying. But as far as these people and you, like, fuck them and trying to get anything from them. Like, at this point, bro, just walk away, dust your hands off, and just show them wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, bro. I fucking hate shit like this.
But
I really do.
it just don't make sense. It's not adding up that Michael Orr waits until he's out of football to do this. The movie's been it's 15 years old now?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like, dude.
Well, let me put it this way: if Sandra Bullock was still hot,
Still,
yeah. So it's like 15 years
still,
old.
she's okay now, but she was hot then.
I would just oh my.
All right, we're
I had
getting
me.
there.
I had me.
We're gonna get off topic. We're gonna get out of hand.
I know. I had me a little Sandy B love triangle going on, especially with.
Hey, bro, I'm there with you every day, bro. She is the right part of Texas, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
Anyways, next topic for the PG crowd.
anyway,
Ravens signed pass rusher Jadavanian Clowney to a 1-year deal. How do you guys feel about them adding another weapon?
Ravens are they're getting more and more stronger. If you look at all the weapons they have, even on defense now they're working on their defense and they're getting stronger. They already worked on their offense. They went and got wide receivers. They went and now they're getting freaking a defensive line going on stronger and stronger. They're doing what the Eagles do with the defensive line, and they add more and more depth to their defensive line. So when they start playing, they're going to freaking just switch him out real fast. You're doing 2 plays, get out. Everybody keep on going, and they're going to just do what the Eagles do because that's going to be the new norm.
Yes.
How the offense from the defensive line, how everybody keeps on switching. You'll see a lot of teams now start doing what the Eagles are doing on the defensive line. And then they got stronger on offense. Now they're just getting way stronger on defense. The Ravens are going to I think the Ravens are going to be win their division. So I think they're just getting a lot. They're trying to get ready for playoffs.
Gotta keep Lamar up and healthy. AK.
All right. So, what's the first thing you think about when you think of Baltimore? Seriously,
Defense.
right? I don't listen. My wife is a Pittsburgh Steeler fan, but I can't even say that Pittsburgh has always stuck to their guns when it came to building and solidifying an elite dominant defense. That is something Baltimore has always done, bro. They stick to their guns. That defense is always fucking stout. I hate playing Baltimore's defense because they like to be blitz happy motherfuckers. You know what I mean? They will send the house. They don't care. They have some really young weapons over there. Kyle Hamilton, I can't wait to see what that kid does in a second year, dude. Ajabo was over there, and he was there, or not Ajabo. Who was the kid from Michigan that got injured last year before the draft? No, the one that Baltimore picked up in the second round.
You had him right.
It was Ajabo?
Yeah.
Was that right?
Yeah.
God, it's been
The
that long.
Eagles
I
were
almost
going to draft for Ajabo in the first round, but he tore his ACL.
Man, dude, it's been that long. I had to remember. I'm surprised I even remembered that.
Yeah, he tore his ACL in the training camp.
Yes.
Yeah. So anyway, you know, listen. This kid is healthy now, and holy shit, that kid is huge. Like I seen him in that in their pregame last week, and he's big, dude. I didn't know he was that big, actually.
Right.
I expect a lot from him, man. They got a very, very good stout defense. You're right on the offensive side. Lamar Jackson is the question mark. If he can stay upright, that team is going to be amazing. Lamar Jackson has never had a receiver like OBJ, even OBJ at 34. You know what I mean? He finally has that guy he can depend on. They revamped it a little bit, right? The whole wide receiving. Who's their number two?
They drafted Zay Flowers and and a healthy Rashad Bateman.
That's it, Bateman. Yes, thank you, dude. I have not given up on Bateman. I think Bateman's still going to be a beast. You know, so.
But you see Flowers
weapons
in the preseason so far?
Who?
That dude's. Have you seen Flowers yet?
Yeah,
right?
He's crazy, man.
Dude.
Now, as for your question down there, Clowney, listen. I'm very disappointed in this man's career. He was supposed to be the next Julius Peppers. You remember coming out of college. He was supposed to be phenomenal, bro. I don't know what the fuck happened to this kid. I don't know where he went wrong, but he's surviving. Now, granted, if anyone can revamp his fucking edge rushing career and turn him into anything, he landed in the right area because the Ravens definitely attack, and that's something Clowney's good at. So I hope it works out for him. But man, he should have been 10 times better. Oh my god.
Yeah, watch him when they start friggin' giving him that rest, and they don't want to fucking play him 3 snaps and let him play friggin' just 2, and he'll be wide awake, dude. They're gonna be good.
Plus, you know, with Roquan Smith as well as their linebacker, the middle linebacker, they went and basically stole from the Bears. They're like, listen, you're not going to pay him? We'll pay him. Bring him over here. He's changing his number, by the way. He's changing his number, by the way, from 18 to 0. So he's going to be a middle linebacker 0. He wants to call himself Agent 0 as somebody he wanted to go from over the middle. And for people in Baltimore who have bought his jersey 18 and he's changed it 0, you show up to the arena, he is going to let you exchange your jersey for free for the 18 for the new 0 because he feels bad that he wanted to change his number and everybody else is still repping his old jersey.
So that's awesome. I like that.
Yeah,
I like that. If you got his jersey,
yeah,
and you go there and you take it off, he'll give you the one that he has now. That's awesome.
I believe it's like August 8th. Sorry, not 18th. August 28th or something like that, 29th or something. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, you know, the only thing that worries me, man, I don't know if you guys even heard about this yet, but I guess Well, it doesn't worry me, but it should be a little bit concerning because he is a major weapon for that offense in Baltimore. I guess Mark Andrews had a little conniption fit today or yesterday. Like slammed his helmet on the ground and shit and fucking stormed off the practice field. Fucking just left in the middle of practice. So,
Really, I didn't hear that.
yeah. I think it might have been just today. But yeah, Andrews was pretty pissed and he fucking fled. He fled practice. He was pissed.
Well, he's always been used to being the number one option because the wide receivers are always hurt, and he's always the option that Lamar is always going.
He's about the third option now, fourth option.
Yeah, exactly. At best.
Well, in all honesty, I didn't read why he was mad. I just seen it that he was pissed and stormed off.
He got an injury and he was like, "Fuck! I just felt something pop," and he walked off and got.
Yeah, I hope not.
But he's getting old too, right?
No, he's only 27 or 28. He's only been in for like 5 years.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought he was older for some reason. I don't know why.
Hell, if he is, I'll be fucking shocked.
No, I don't think he's.
I thought he was older than that. Okay.
Time does fly.
Yeah,
I've been wrong before.
It does. I thought he was like
Hell, man, I didn't know Cole Beasley was 36 until I figured that shit out last year. I at least thought he was only like 32.
He's 27.
Okay, so I wasn't wrong. That's
okay,
good.
I was 30. I thought he was 30.
No, he's 27.
For some reason, I thought he was older than he is. My bad.
He's almost 28. His birthday, September 6th.
All right. So beginning of football, he's going to be 26.
Gonna be 27. But yeah, as for the question, Javini Clown, like AK said, I personally feel like he's just living off his highlight reel, like you said when it came to college and that big hit he had when he popped Buddy's helmet off and the crowd went crazy because he was offside the previous play, and then he was like, I wasn't offside, that was a sack, and the ref's like, you're offside. He's okay, I'm gonna prove you wrong, and then the guy went the way he did, and boom, and the helmet came off, and everybody's like, boo, 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 and it was like, oh, if this guy could do what he could do, like, holy shit, like, look out, like you said, like, he could be the next Houston 2.0, and like you said, he's doing just the bare minimum where you're like, holy shit, there it is, and then all of a sudden, like, for the rest of the game, you're like, where's he been, or where is he? Like, kind of, like, he just doesn't seem to like always be there, so like, maybe this is a spot that finally wakes his ass up and rejuvenates him, and if that's the case, shit, there's another weapon for them on the defensive side. So look out, NFL.
Only bad thing is, man, the Ravens are getting him when he's 32, right?
I think Clowney.
No, I'm pretty sure Clowney's like 30 to 32. He is getting there now. I know he's
30.
been around 30.
30.
Yeah. So I mean, he's not bad, but they're not getting him in his prime when he was, I don't know.
They don't want to use him as his prime. They want to use him just.
I know. We'll see. It's really not about Baltimore, bro. It's about what Javon Clowney comes out as. If it's Javon Clowney that wants to play football, they're going to get a good guy. If it's somebody who just wants to be lazy and just get a paycheck, then they're just going to get, Now,
Clowney was in Cleveland just looking for a paycheck. I think.
Well, I think at this point that's what he's doing.
I think Clowney's trying to get a ring now.
Let's hope. That's what Baltimore's hoping.
Yeah.
Speaking of rings, and I know this is not involving this, but I just want to get this out there really quick. I saw something where Myles Garrett of the Browns said, it seems like where everybody wants to go to Philly. And he's like, man, to go to Philly would be really nice. I'd love to win a ring there.
Oh.
Imagine
Who said that?
Myles Garrett. He's like, when we were doing the joint practices, he was like, I really like that coaching style. I like what they're doing over there. They got some guys. He's like, man, if somebody, because I think he's up for a contract. So he's like basically kind of rubbing it into the Browns brass, being like, you gave our quarterback $230 million. How much you giving me?
Yeah.
I've been here a bit down on the D side for you, but what's going on? So it's like, oh, imagine him over here. Holy shit.
Dude, I would gladly take Myles Garrett. You look at that team all together, bro. He's the only fucking positive thing on that team. Like, he really is, other than Nick Chubb, dude. Like, I love Chubb and I love Garrett.
Yo,
But
they lose him, Montgomery. I'm telling you, dude.
bro, he had 16 sacks last year. Do you know what the second best person on that team had after
I think it was
Miles?
like 5,
What was that?
Three.
3?
3.
It went
Wasn't
from
it Clowney?
16 sacks to 3.
Oh, damn.
Bro, that
Yeah, I love that.
you can't replace that, and you can't let that go. If they let that go, their whole entire defense is null and void. Like it
He also
is.
cut his jersey
dumb.
so it fits because his biceps are so huge. It's like, oh my god! Imagine that guy in Kelly Green.
Dude, if he became an Eagle, if Howie Roseman could do a wonder and get him over here, you imagine how devastating our defense would be?
I think the owner would give Howie Roseman like a 25-year deal. He'd be like, you're just gonna stay here forever. This is your
You're
team,
just
basically.
done. You're just here until you freaking want to quit and retire. You're here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, but here's my question though. Well, no, never mind. Where are you gonna put him? You got your up and coming. You have your up and comer Nolan Smith. You have Josh Sweat. You have
Burnett.
What's going to
well,
take?
I
when
don't
it
count
take-
him,
when
but
it
I
take
mean,
Josh Sweat to get him over here.
you no, but not even that. But you have Riddick. Riddick plays on that side with Sweat. They alternate
Right.
with Riddick and Sweat. So that's what I'm saying. And you have Nolan Smith on the other side. Now, granted, you can rotate Myles Garrett and Nolan Smith, but like what but that's after next year when BG retires.
But
You know what
dude,
I'm saying?
They
Like,
like
but
that
but
rotation.
but then you're gonna sit there and you're gonna delay Nolan Smith's development because he's not playing all the time. Because
Well,
you're not
you're
gonna bench
losing
Myles
Cox
Garrett for
too
Nolan
next year.
Smith. You know
You're-
what I mean?
Yeah, but you're
Yeah.
losing Cox next year, and you're losing Brandon Graham.
Yeah, but Myles Garrett ain't playing DT.
No.
You know, maybe again.
Ooh.
No, I'm
That
just
would be-
saying, where are you putting him? That's all. I mean, I would love to have him on the team, but you got to give up someone.
You're
Yeah.
going to you have to give up something to get him.
I
Yeah.
mean, the only person I would give up is Sweat because I ain't getting rid of Riddick. I sure as fuck ain't getting rid of Riddick, and I'm not getting rid of Nolan.
No. Those are my two untouchables.
I would
Sweat would be my only option.
I would either
have to go.
Yeah, I would get if it's Sweat. If they're like, oh, we don't want Barnett and blah blah blah, I would definitely get. It would be Sweat for me for sure.
Yeah,
But I would
so
just in case I'd just cut Barnett after if I had Myles Garrett. I'm like, sorry, bud, it's not working out.
yeah, so that's my only thing. But I'm not against it. I would love for him to be here.
I want to get rid of Derek Barnett anyway. So if we got,
Yeah, I don't see Barnett being on this team after this year anyway.
Yeah,
so I'm
yeah,
not
I don't see him making the cut.
Oh,
I don't see Derek Barnett making a cut.
Wait, this year?
Yeah.
Oh, I meant
Yeah.
at the end of this year, bro. I
Oh,
wasn't.
I don't think he's
No,
going to.
halftime doesn't
I
think
don't
he's
think
going
he's
to.
going to make the team. I don't think he's going to make the.
They're going to have to for right now because of Riddick's thumb injury. Just for protection, just to be safe. They're going to have to. There is no. Sorry, if Riddick wouldn't have been injured, then I say you might have a possibility of that happening. But right now they need depth with that because they think he's going to be ready, but
had that 15-yard penalty when they only need friggin' when you sit there and it's like, all right, they're gonna kick us the ball, and no.
listen, bro. Do you think
Here's a 15-yard penalty from Derek Barnett because he's a guy.
why is it always fucking him? Listen, I get it, dude. I get it. Okay.
Well,
I
it's funny,
100%
because as
agree.
soon as you see the flag, you're like, it's fucking Barnett. I know it.
Every time, especially on third down, every time that yellow flag comes out, you know it's fucking 96. You automatically.
But it's always a 15-yarder.
I know. So, but that's what I'm saying, though, man. You know what? Howie has always been that dude, and you know that, and I respect him for it. He'd rather have depth than nothing at all. You know what I mean? So, even though Barnett might be a fucking dipshit, he still rather would have a dipshit than nothing at all.
I like how you said dipshit because we'll segue into the next question. That's dipshit. Veteran NFL player Robert Quinn charged with a hit and run and third-degree assault. So, Halftime wanted to talk about this. He kind of broke this on his last podcast, but he didn't get a really big chance to talk about it. So, let you leave with this, Halftime.
Yeah, like I thought he was going to come back as an Eagle, just for death, because we got him last year, and like here comes this guy for some odd reason he can't keep it together. Like, what the fuck? You made millions of dollars with in the NFL, and you do this stupid shit. Like, what are you doing? I'm pretty sure a team was going to pick him up as a death piece, even if somebody got hurt, and he just threw his whole career away of the NFL, and now he's going to go do time in prison because of, I have no idea what happened. Like, hit and run and assault, and I guess he's going to have to do like 10 years in prison. So he's done now. He just gave his whole life away. I was stunned when I heard it. I'm like, this dude just gave his whole life is gone. Okay, you're a millionaire and you lost everything. And you could have still been in the NFL, but I don't know. It was weird to me. I couldn't even believe when I heard it.
AK.
To me, man, it only speaks one thing: PTSD.
Oh,
I really think when they look at it like that, that's what it's going to end up being. I don't think he's going to, especially if it ends up being that, I don't think they're going to, penalize him that much. I mean,
you go to prison.
Those linemen, man, they take a licking in the line, especially as long as Quinn has played this game, and the linemen, all they do is crack their heads together each and every play. So, we've seen a lot of players die and have their lives ruined by this shit. So, I just hope that is not the issue. Hopefully Halftime's right. I hope he just did make a stupid fucking idiotic decision and, did something really dumb, and he's just going to pay for it, and it's not what I said, and something to do with his brain and just something that he can't control. You know what I mean? So prayers up to him. Hopefully.
I didn't even think about it. You guys, you came up with something good right there. I didn't think nothing about that.
No.
I hope it's not alcohol. When I kind of just quickly kind of read the little bit of the beginning of the article, I kind of want to just get a bit of it. But apparently he hit a bunch of cars, and then he someone was able to get him to stop, and they got out, and then apparently just like he caught somebody with a punch or something, and then that person, like, I don't know if they dropped immediately or if they got hurt real bad. And then he had like a bunch of gashes on his mugshot. He had a bunch of gashes on the middle of his forehead and on the side of his face. So I don't know if the cops gave it to him when they got to him or something, because, maybe he was even being aggressive with them. But AK kind of maybe even made a little bit of a point. You kind of look at him. He's 33 years old. He's played in the league for 7 years, 3 years in Chicago, 1 year Dallas, 1 year Miami, 1 year Philly. Maybe, like we said, too much trauma to the head, like him running into people. The brain is gonna move, the head's gonna bounce. So I just hope it's not alcohol, in my opinion. I hope he wasn't drunk and he was just like you said at halftime, just living on the hog and having himself the time, because like you said, he was a millionaire. He played in the league for a bit, made some millions. He was an 18.5 sack guy 1 year in our league, so it's like he can do it. But just a shame, just a real shame that the more and more players get older, we see this in the media all the time of them either being caught doing something stupid or just being immature. And it's like, you guys are sometimes children's idols, and you doing this kind of ruins it a little bit, smears the NFL logo. So it's just a shame.
Well, and man, odds are alcohol will be involved in this one, because I watched some of those documentaries about the brain trauma to the NFL back in the day when it was on Netflix and stuff like that. And they had a bunch of old NFL linemen and stuff, and a few dudes from Pittsburgh that actually had the brain trauma at the time, and they lost their families and everything because of alcohol, because they said they drank to make the pain go away in their
Hey,
head.
you ever see the one where the Pittsburgh Steelers dude ran into called his wife on the phone and ran into a gas truck, an 18-wheeler, ran right into it. So I'm done.
I heard about it, but I didn't.
Oh,
Know.
you gotta watch that friggin' episode. I forget what one it is. I forget the player, but like
No,
he
like I know they had one
on the phone and said, "Yo, I'm taking it. I'm done. I'm committing suicide." And he said, "Here's an 18-wheeler. It's a fuel tank." And dude took it straight on, just blew up to everybody, killed the guy, the guy in the 18-wheeler.
Holy
No,
shit.
like I know they had one from
The Chargers guy
the
that shot
80s,
himself in the
from
chest.
the 80s of the Steelers. I know that there was a lot down in downtown Pittsburgh where there was a section where they had junk cars, empty junk cars, that no one used. Well, anyway, he ended up losing everything, and he ended up living in those cars until his final days, but he ended up forgetting where he lived. He ended up forgetting his wife, his kids, everything, dude. Like, this was back in the 80s, from their Iron Curtain days. So, I mean, it's a real thing, dude. And most of these guys mask it with alcohol because, like they say, it makes their head stop hurting, And even though it's not a good thing, it helps them. So I don't hold it against them, man. I could never even come close to imagine the pain that they go through every day with
I
their
think
head.
Troy Aikman has it.
I can tell you right now, if it's as painful as they say it is, my ass would be drinking too. So I can't say shit, bro.
What's the guy from the Chargers? He shot himself in the head, but he wrote a letter saying, autopsy my head, like my brain. And they found out he had it because he was a Chargers defensive guy. Hall of Famer. He went crazy. His wife and kids left him and said, "Yo, I can't take it no more."
He was an Ed too. I know who you're talking about.
I forget who it was.
Who's the wide receiver guy, the 34-year-old that just took his life last year? The one, and his was from his head and stuff.
Right. There was just another guy that just retired.
He was 34 years old too. Dude, it's happening everywhere, man. So it would not.
I was gonna say. I was sorry to cut you off, okay, but I was gonna say too. It happens in hockey. I remember my first time ever going to a hockey game. My family took me to a hockey game, and I'm watching, and I'm like, my dad's like, "What are you super excited for?" I'm like, "The first fight. I want to see a fight. I want to see these two dudes drop the gloves, and I want to see them square off." And Wade Belak was one of the guys on the Nashville Predators that was the fighter. We had Brian McGrattan. Well, it must have been a full moon, and I must have been sitting on a goddamn Cloverfield, because I tell you, the third play of the game, they dropped the gloves. I don't know if there was old beef or something, but man, they went at it and it was a tilt. Well, Wade Belak ended up killing himself. There's two other hockey players that did the exact same thing, and they were actually fighters, and they were on Oxycontin and Percocets. And that's another thing I'm hoping he went on, was potentially pills, because we know, like you guys said, you want to talk about hiding pain. That's what they would be taking, is Percocets.
Yeah.
My son, who's been off that stuff now for 2 years now, thank the Lord. I tell you, my mind is clear. I tell you, I feel better and everything else, because I was on it for stupid reasons and thought it was helping stuff, but all it was doing was just clouding my judgment and make me an idiot. So I hope that
it clouds up your head.
Yeah, it does.
It really does. That's what that does. It clouds up your head.
Yeah.
So can't wait to see how this one turns out and see what ends up coming up. Because I would be interested to know. Because in all honesty, man, I've grown up watching Robert Quinn. Mainly all of us have, because he's been playing now for a while. When have you ever heard anything like this from him? Yeah. I've never heard Robert Quinn ever being even in trouble one time.
No.
You know what I mean? Not once. So this is being really like out of nowhere for him. That's why I say what I say, because that's not something Robert Quinn, at least that I know, would do, because we would have heard of it before. You know
And
what I
that's
mean?
why I wanted to talk about it. I'm like, you never heard this guy ever even get in trouble in the NFL. You know, he don't do that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
Right.
he doesn't even really like over exuberant celebrations either. He's very like a timid type of
He's an even keel guy. He never
even keel. Yeah.
A tiger does not change his stripes, bro.
Right.
Like look at Johnny Manziel. Look at who was Josh Gordon. Look at now Johnny. I can't say Johnny has. He's done one hell of a turnaround. I even watched his documentary on Netflix. If you haven't watched it, definitely go watch it. It's awesome. But he's definitely turned his life around. But I'm talking specifically just football terms. You know, he destroyed his career that way. So there is.
Cut it up here.
Huh?
He couldn't cut it up here.
Yeah, so I mean there is times where, you know, it is abused, you know, but yeah, I just
Hope you get to see the right people to help you, because hopefully the end is never there, and that's not always the answer. It never really is. So please, hopefully, you get the right help.
Yep.
Our final question of the night says, so far in preseason, who has impressed you and who needs more time to develop? Halftime. Who's impressed you and who needs
first
more
off,
help?
is this an Eagle question?
This is whoever you've seen. If you've seen Eagles, if that's what you want to talk about, if it's something else, then definitely.
Okay.
Well, it would be Sidney Brown that impressed me. I would go Eagles. So Sidney Brown impressed me a whole lot. That dude is a ball hawk, and that dude is friggin'. If he don't start at safety position with the Eagles, I'll be damn shocked. And the guy that needs time to develop. What's that corner for the Eagles that Randy that we watched?
Eli Ricks.
No, what's the corner that he can't even turn his body and why he don't watch?
Ringo.
Yeah, Ringo. Ringo needs time to develop. And I'm high on Ringo, but he gets burnt way too much. He's not watching the quarterback. He's not playing. He don't play off the quarterback. He's holding on to the guy, and when he looks at him, and then as he's watching the ball, he's right there. He's still holding on to the guy. It's like, dude, you can't do that in a real game. I don't know where you're playing there, but you can't do that stuff.
Yeah.
But there's two guys for the Eagles if you want to have them.
Cool.
That I watched.
All right, AK.
All right. Well, my first one, because listen, man, first 2 weeks, he's definitely by far the top guy on my list. DTR, bro. DT fucking R. Kid's fucking amazing. I'm telling you, Watson's about to lose his motherfucking job. 230 mil down the fucking drain. I'm telling you, man. DTR is very impressive, bro. That kid can ball. He looks really fucking good. I'd be sweating if I was watching.
From the Browns.
Yeah.
DTR
is real, bro. He is real. I can't wait to see what that kid's future holds, whether it be with the Browns or someone else. You know, if the Browns don't do something with him, somebody's going to trade for him. Somebody will do something, you know, especially if they need a quarterback. So very, very impressed by DTR, man. And, you know, this one's really hard for me, man. I'm not saying the kid's going to be a great quarterback, but from what I've seen, I just think he just needs a little time. And that's CJ Stroud. You know, I think that one, you went to the Texans. That's a very, very big I'm trying to look for the right word. The expectations aren't big. The point is the team is so much into rebuilding that it's going to be a challenge for him as a rookie.
They're putting too much on him.
Well, no, they're not putting anything on. I don't even think the Texans are even sitting there realistically saying we're making the playoffs. I don't think that.
He's still going to feel that way where he's, got all the friggin'. I got all this weight on my shoulders because
to a point. Yeah. To a point. I just think they really want him to just go out and
Do him.
generate the offense and do it efficiently. I don't think they're really looking much at stats this year. I don't think they'll really look. I think they'll look at how much do you develop from week 1 to week 18. How efficient are you in your passing? Because in all honesty, bro, he's going to have a rough time. Texans' offensive line is just. I hate to be that kid, man. They're just, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's tough, dude. It's tough to be him right now. So he's going to need some time.
Yeah, my two are going to be one from the Eagles and one from the Seahawks, and that's going to be the Jackson Smith and Jigba. That seeing him already in that combo. Obviously, I haven't seen him with Geno Smith yet, but just him and watching him, his route running. Holy Hannah, like. DBs, I hope you're ready because that squad's going to be very interesting moving forward. And all you fantasy fans out there, I would pick him up. I feel like there's going to be a lot of times where he's gonna catch some wild passes. And my other one is exactly with halftime. It was somebody I was asking for the whole entire time when we were doing the draft. I wanted Nolan Smith because I didn't think we were going to get Jalen Carter, so I wanted Nolan Smith and I wanted Sidney Brown. A lot of people said, "Oh, he's not first round talent." So I was kind of weary when I seen him fall, but again, he ended up falling to us, and so far he's proven me right. He's everywhere you need to see him. He's reading it right. He understands where he needs to be and where he doesn't need to be. Imagine him alongside Reed Blankenship, and then having Terrell Edmonds play like the box Mike / safety position. Man, that back's going to be pretty interesting. Be ball hawks all over the place. So. No, I'm excited. One more preseason game, and boys, the football season's right around the corner, so I can't wait. Anything you guys want to say before we end the show?
I do. AK and Randy, you guys were right about BJ Robinson, the dude from the running back for Atlanta Falcons. That dude's a beast. That dude's a beast. I just watched his game, and he only played a little bit. That dude was getting 12 yards of carry. And he's carrying people with him. That dude's a freaking monster, dude. I'm like, holy shit, this guy's just trucking down. He's holding two guys. He's got two guys on him, right? And he was just got two guys on me. He's like 12 yards. Boom. And then he falls. It's like, wait a minute. He stops at 12. I'm like, why are you stopping at 12? Like, all right, I guess you got to stop it somewhere. But it's like 12 yards every time. He's a beast. So, yeah, I just wanted to give you guys a shout out on that one. You guys are definitely right about that dude. That dude's awesome.
And thank you.
He's going to be scary.
And thank you in the fantasy draft.
Yeah, you're welcome. You know why? I'm telling you, it's because I got to have DJ Moore.
I know. I knew
Listen, I had like, all my friends are like, dude, you always have DJ Moore. Just make the trade. I'm like, dude, this guy's going to be good. I'm like, why would I do this? I'm like, I say, watch AK and everybody else yell at me. All I wanted was DJ Moore. I'll give up anybody. I don't care. I'm like, DJ Moore is just going to be on my bench.
Oh,
a star.
Randy, I wanted to ask you something, sir.
Yes.
I would like to counter offer your trade you sent me.
Oh.
So I would like. I see you're sitting your ass on Burrow, okay, and you want Jefferson.
Yes.
I will give you. Hold on, I had this the other day. Let me see if I can memorize this.
Oh, shit.
I will give you Justin Jefferson for
Hold on, wait a minute. Yeah, I'm gonna have to try to get in this.
I will give you Justin Jefferson for Herbert. Okay. Or no,
Okay.
and I will give you Watson for. There was somebody I had it. Olave.
Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. Deal. I
You
will
want
do
me to
that.
send that to you?
Yep. Yeah, dude, because I'm stacked on wide receivers, but I'm not trusting Watson at all, bro. And I see you sitting over there nice and pretty with Herbert, and I'm like, yeah, give it to me.
That's why I took them both. Nobody took them,
I
and I was
know.
like, I'm
I
gonna take
know.
this, and I know I'm gonna get a trade from it. So I was
No,
smart to
but
do that.
I will do that because hey, if you look at my lineup, dude, I got CD Lamb, I got
you got
fucking
wide
all
receivers.
the
That's what I was saying. I'm like, you
dude,
got
yeah,
dudes everywhere.
yeah. So I mean, I wouldn't mind taking Nick Chubb off your hands, man, but
Ooh,
uh,
I mean, he took
I
Swifty from
mean,
me. I had that took a Swifty and DJ Moore for Bijan Robinson, so I had to do a 2-for-1
I'll
for
leave you
that.
guys
but
alone.
would
that
you?
was my
What,
last
I
Eagle
was,
player. I
yeah,
won't
yo, I was
use
about to
Eagle
take,
player.
I was about
yeah,
to
but
take.
hold up though. But see, I got Derrick Henry, I got Saquon Barkley, I got Josh Jacobs. Fucking, I got, dude, I
Yeah,
got
like you
like,
got a stable of running back too.
I got
Yeah,
running
man, you
backs out
gotta
the
check.
wazoo too. Hey, I will give you
I'll
Derrick
make
Henry.
you. I'll make you
Hey,
another offer. I'll
listen,
make you another
I will give you Derrick Henry for Nick Chubb.
That one I'll think about. That one I'll think about.
I want me some Nick Chubb.
I know you like Chubb.
I need some chubby in my life.
He said I need some.
He needs, that's right. This is a PG, but he needs Chubb.
I need Chubb. I do.
Okay, folks. That concludes the Gridiron Gazette episode 8 tonight. Thank you everybody who came through. It was
Yeah,
fun.
Brandy, I was just
Hope
gonna
everybody-
offer him Jalen Hurts.
Wait, what?
what?
For who?
Jefferson. But no.
Whoa.
No.
Whoa.
I'm
Hold on.
No, I'm only playing that
Okay,
game.
folks, we gotta go because
I'm
Randy's fingers need to start making moves here.
Oh!
No. You got to
Yes,
keep
great
this
night.
live, bro. I need evidence. No, keep it. I need evidence.
I need evidence.
Well, it's right here. It's right here. I appreciate everybody coming through. It was a
Later,
blast.
guys.
Hopefully, Further's okay. He wasn't able to make it tonight, but expect him next week. He's feeling better. So
right,
until next time, guys, the Gazette is out. Peace.
Later.
Peace.